Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I was in the kitchen processing some ginger and some garlic when I realized that I am missing an opportunity to come and talk to you guys. I hope you guys are not like me, getting in the kitchen and realizing that you're actually doing some work that you could actually share with your YouTube family. So today I have 10 garlic bulbs, just like that. I'm setting 3 aside. I'm going to be roasting these. This will be another video that I'll try to remember to show you guys. But right now, I am taking 7 garlic bulbs that I've already split into the cloves, and I'm taking the skin off of them. As you can see, I've got my compost bucket here, taking the skin off, and I'm chopping them into a few smaller pieces. And then I'm going to take those pieces and put them in the dehydrator and make dehydrated garlic. And so all I do is I take the garlic, and I'll show you all that again just in case you didn't see it. I take the garlic, the piece at the bottom where the roots would come out of, I take my knife and I cut that piece off, and I toss that piece into the compost bin. Now what I usually do is I give my garlic a little twist. Sometimes if your garlic is old, the paper will stick to it and it doesn't peel easily, so I give it a little twist. And then I take it, peel it, and put that in the compost right next to me. And then I chop my garlic into smaller pieces. Not too small because they are going to shrink in the compost. I'm sorry, in the dehydrator. Hello, I'm thinking about compost. I just cut them into smaller pieces just like that and put them in my bowl. And I repeat the process until I'm all done. Now I'm going to speed this up so you guys can see how I do this, but I'm going to show you one more time, slowly. And like I said, sometimes if that garlic is a little old, because you don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf, I give it a little twist and the paper will come off. Now if you don't like the smell of garlic, what you're going to need to do is either wear gloves or wash your hands numerous times. I've washed my hands a good 5 times already, if not more, because I am not using gloves, as you can see. So I chopped it and I put the pieces in the bowl. As you can see, I've been pretty busy here before I realized that, you know what, I'm missing an opportunity and I need to come to you guys. So let me show you one more time just in case. And I wasn't going to show you guys me processing this garlic because I figured, you know what, you all don't want to see that. You've already seen it, but you might not have. I have subscribers that other people don't have. So again, I cut the bottom half off. I give my clove a little twist. And then I try to get that paper off. Sometimes it doesn't want to come off, like I said, because it might be a little old. I just picked these up a couple of days ago, and I'm just getting around to processing them. See, that's taking a bit of a minute to come off. There we go. Take the paper off. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm right-handed, so I don't want to try cutting with this knife with my left hand because this is a really sharp knife. Then you take your pieces like so. In the bucket you go, and you keep doing the same process until you've peeled and chopped all of your garlic, and then we go into the dehydrator. So let me speed this up so you can see me doing a few more and speed up. Now that all the garlic has been peeled and chopped, it is time to place it in the dehydrator. And again, that is 7 bulbs of garlic right there. Now it looks like that one a little bit too big. Take my knife and cut that in half like so. Now over to the dehydrator we go. I just turned this dehydrator off. I've been dehydrating for a couple of days. I was dehydrating some ginger, so this one has some staining on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I will try to get that off later once I'm done dehydrating this ginger. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it out like so, trying not for it to touch too much, but I'm not really concerned about it touching because this is going to shrink some, just like the ginger did. So if it's touching a little bit, it's not a big deal. So I'm just going to place my garlic on the tray like so. And once I have it all laid out and positioned how I feel most comfortable with the positioning, then I'm going to turn it on and let it run for the evening. I'm going to let it run overnight. I'm just trying to make sure that I've taken the pieces and broken them apart. Some of them, of course, are smaller. Some of them are larger, but I'm just trying to make sure that there aren't 2 and 3 pieces on top of each other. So I'm just going to move on to the next tray like so. And make sure your jewelry doesn't get caught in your dehydrator. Oh goodness. All right, it has been a couple of days of dehydrating for me, and I think I just dropped a piece in the bottom of the machine, so I will get that later. But I'm just going to spread this out. Some of these pieces I didn't chop them down small enough, so I'm going to get my knife off camera and chop those. But this is basically it. You take apart your garlic cloves, take the paper off, and you place them on whatever type of dehydrator you have. I frankly like this dehydrator. I know there are many people who will say that their dehydrator is the best, and I'm sure they're about as biased about their dehydrator as I am. I like this one. It's simple, it's easy, it does the job, and I haven't had any problems with it. And if I was given another one, I probably would like it for however it dehydrates. But if you are going to start out dehydrating and it's a new venture for you, I would recommend the Dehydro, the basic low model Dehydro like I have here. It works for me and I haven't had any issues with it. It does exactly what the box says it's supposed to do. And I'm almost done. And I know you all don't want to see me do this anymore. So I'll be back in just a moment. Now that your trays are loaded up and you have everything on your machine, now all you do is plug it up. There is no power button. There is no temperature gauge to worry about turning on and figuring out. You just load up your trays and plug it up and turn it on. And you can look at the owner's manual or go online, presto.com, or like I said, look at the owner's manual and figure out how long you should dehydrate. But for the brand new people who are out there trying to learn to dehydrate, this worked great for me. It's easy, it's quick, it's inexpensive, and I have yet to have a problem with this machine. So if you're new to dehydrating, I recommend using the Presto Dehydro. I think it was like $30-something at Walmart. So then I just plug it up and let it run overnight. And this is, sorry about that, y'all. This is what it sounds like. Can you all hear that hum? Some may think it's loud. I don't have an issue with it. A lot of people will mention that they don't like the sound of the dehydrator. They don't like the smell of certain things dehydrating. I never have an issue with dehydrating onions, ginger, And now garlic, to me, it smells just fine. Excuse my hands, I've been washing my hands off and on as I'm processing this. But I say give it a try. If you're new to dehydrating, try dehydrating the foods that you use regularly for seasoning. That's what this is going to be for. It's going to be for seasoning, since I use garlic almost every time I cook. It's the next day and the garlic is pretty much all dehydrated. I did find 1 or 2 pieces that still felt a little soft, and those are going to stay on the machine, and I will be turning it back on and drying those fully. You want to make sure that there isn't any moisture in your garlic. Now, this of course has turned a little dark in color because it's been on here a while, because the pieces were varying in size, and because of that I didn't take the smaller pieces off. But that's okay. I'm not concerned about the color. I'm concerned about the product as a whole. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the pieces off that are dry, place them in a glass container, and keep an eye on this container for roughly a week. And if I see any mold, any condensation, then I know that this did not dry fully. And if there's any mold, I'm going to have to throw it out, because you can't keep mold on your food. So I'm going to collect these pieces that are dry and put them in my little glass container over here. So I'm going to speed this up. Out of all of those 7 bowls of garlic, I have this half of jar and a few still left on the dehydrator. I'm going to turn the dehydrator back on because these still have some softness to them. They're not 100% dry, and I don't want them going in the jar soft in any way. They don't crack and crumble when you try to break them. They have moisture, and you do not want moisture in your jar because that'll ruin all the hard work that you've done on your dehydrated foods. Excuse me, my hands are dry. I've been washing my hands while I work with my food. So I'm going to turn these on, and that is it for dehydrating garlic. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. If you love this kind of content and you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you tune in for the next episode. And if you do me a favor, like, comment, of course share, and if you feel so inclined, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Until next time, have a nice night, everybody. Bye for now.